Wendy Bruce prepares to vault. In 1988, Wendy Bruce was ranked 21st among the U.S. athletes. Now she's among the 11 best in the world. She earned her first national victory at the World Championship Team Trials, which we're seeing here on ESPN. And when she went out to the World Championships in Stuttgart, she came away with an 11th place finish.
She's a very consistent gymnast. She's really come into her own just in the last year. Another Yurchenko vault. Full twist. Nice. Well done.
16 years old, 5'1". She's coached by Kevin and Rita Brown.
Nice and powerful. It's a good twist, good distance, just a perfect landing.
Wendy competes in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. She's a strong vaulter.
Very, very strong. In fact, the Yurchenko vault is one of the vaults that you can get around. If you don't have a lot of power, for example, for a Sukahara vault, you can still get an incredible amount of power if you do it right with the Yurchenko vault. So many, many gymnasts are opting to do that Yurchenko vault. It's the predominant vault now in women's gymnastics.
You see the score for her first vault, 9.825.
Let's see what she can do to make it better. Not much. Could be a little more. She landed with a little bit more authority that time.
We're going to see her vault again, 9.825. Now, is she running full speed, three-quarter speed, half speed?
I'd say you run about 80%. You really can't run full speed into this vault.
Are there some vaults that you do run full speed
into?
Oh,
absolutely. The Sukahara, you run full speed all out. But here you have to have just the right amount of effort. It's not so much that you have to have a full force going into that board. You've got to be delicate in it.
Well, this vault was a little bit better. Remember, the first vault was 9.825. Well, the second one was 9.875. So it is the second vault that will count. And Conrad Wersinger is ready to compete now. He is Wendy Bruce's partner. He was born in San Francisco, California. He is going to compete on the parallel bars. Right now he calls Larkspur, California home.
And Leandra, living in California and growing up there, I've been able to see Conrad over the years from when he was a junior gymnast. He always showed a lot of control when he was younger, but he's really come into his own just the last couple years. Nice press to a handstand. Back stitch, straddle cut. You might notice that there's a little bit of a noise on the parallel bars, and that's from the springs that are inside the bars, so they're easier to move up and down. There's a stitch, nice double pike. A big step's going to cost him at the end, but it's a very solid routine.
Conrad Wersinger from Stanford University, competing on the parallel bars. Again, his total will be added to the 9.875 that Wendy Bruce received for her second vault, as we take another look at Wersinger's performance.
And here's that double pike dismount. It's very well done. Just over-rotates a little bit, has to take that step back. I'm sure they'd like to make it into that final round because Conrad does a great high bar routine, does a skill that he actually invented.
21 years of age, 5'5", 135 pounds. Only 8 pairs will advance to the second round. Wendy Bruce, Conrad Wersinger, hugging each other, happy, as well they should be. The score that Conrad Wersinger received is 9.70, giving them a total of 19.575. So they too are ahead of the Soviet Union. Now I'd like to introduce Kelly Garrison. She was the captain of the 19 to handle our interview area for us. Kelly?
Thank you. I'm with Wendy and Conrad. Wendy, you came in last year as the reigning champion, and with Li Jing of China won the competition. What did you use coming in this year? Your strategy, the same strategy as last year in order to win?
Well, I came doing my best event first, so I could make it to the second rounds. My second and third event are equally as strong, so whichever one it would be, it wouldn't matter because they're like equal as strong.
I'm sure they will be. Conrad, excellent performance. How did you feel about that?
I wanted that stick so badly, but just good performance. Hope it gets us into the second round.
I'm sure it will. It looked outstanding. Congratulations to you both.
And congratulations are in order. This tandem, 19.575. They'll probably be in that second round, but you'll have to stick around to find out.
This young girl is really the product of the American system. Very coachable, very responsible of all the indications, all these small but very sturdy requirements. Now she's out there knowing very well, you know, what does mean to be a great gymnast, but she knows the most important what does take to be a good gymnast.
The American Cup victory by Kim Zmeskal convinced the skeptics that this junior gymnast was now a senior team member to be reckoned with. First in the all-around and first in virtually all 4 of the individual disciplines translates not only into victory but into total domination. 3 hours a day before school and 3 hours a day after school every day, and then there's practice on Saturday. A Karolyi gymnast is a focused individual, a kid who will make all the sacrifices to be number 1. Her hard work first paid off when the Junior Nationals were televised as part of the U.S. Olympic Festival. The American public had a new darling to embrace, but for Karolyi, he wasn't sure Zmeskal had the right stuff to be a champion until she spent 2 years in the Karolyi system.
I believe that was about 8 years old when we seen her first time, yes, doing a little just home test, a little contest, a little Saturday, Sunday races. Oh, there is a little tiger over there. She wants to eat people. She wants, you know, to eat the other one. She wants to be the winner. So that's the first time I noticed her. Yeah, that little girl might grow into a good gymnast.
Zmeskal is following the footsteps of Nadia Comaneci and Mary Lou Retton. Both were champions at the American Cup, and the significance of the win was not lost on this 14-year-old native from Houston, Texas.
That's what I wanted going into it, you know, is to get more people to know who I am and to, you know, get the experience behind me. I accomplished what I wanted, you know, especially on the bar, since in the preliminary day I had a mistake and I fell off. You know, since I got back in the second day and I made it, I was really pleased.
Perfect, you know, I was just looking at that day to little Kimbo, and I was so happy for her, seeing her the new winner of the American Cup, because I know what this victory gonna mean for her future.
Barring injuries, Zmeskal is strapping in for the long haul, and that means the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona, Spain. Karolyi has brought his protege into the international spotlight with his trademark impeccable timing.
I thought, well, here's Bella's new age of kids, you know, the up-and-comers. And she's a great competitor, a little stud. I thought, God, this girl, she knows what she's doing.
Can Zmeskal become the first American gymnast to win a gold medal in a non-boycotted Olympics? It takes not just physical skill and good health, but something special inside, something Bella saw when she was 8 years old.
The personality which otherwise you cannot figure it out talking to her, and you never pick it up, you know, from her little sleepy cat face. What kind of little tiger is in essence and in reality, and that really comes out only when the competition starts.
So it's very apparent the zeal, the appeal, the enthusiasm that Bella Karolyi has for this young lady.
Certainly is. He gets excited about any gymnast that performs as well as she does.
And good reason. Okay, she was born in Houston, Texas, just had to go down the street to get to Karolyi's, and what a good find it was for both of them. She found her sport, he found his star.
Some gymnasts come from all over the country to train with Bella, and it is nice to have someone right down the street. It's nice for her to be able to stay at home.
And there is Bella Karolyi, coach of Nadia Comaneci, Olympic gold medalist, coach of Mary Lou Retton, Olympic gold medalist, and coach of Kim Zmeskal, and who knows what the future holds for this young lady. She has opted to compete on the vault. As we have said numerous times, she won the McDonald's American Cup, a good bellwether of international gymnastics in 1990.
And she was near perfect at the American Cup, and you can see why.
She finished first on the vault with a 9.937 at the American Cup, and she looked pretty strong there on her first attempt.
Well, you know, many of the gymnasts have performed the full twisting Yurchenko throughout the competition today, but watch how she opens up. She hits the board, does the full twist right away, and then opens up her arms. She's just staring at the ground on the way down. it makes it a lot easier to stick. She took a hop, so her goal, of course, next time now is to do the same thing, but take it with a stick. Wow, she really opens that up.
9.875, the score for her first vault. And again, she gets a chance to improve on that. Now, you may be wondering why so many women are vaulting in the first round. It's because it was the meet order. If you wanted to vault, you had to do it in the first round. And for the men, if they want to vault, they must do it in the second round. No one will be allowed to vault in the third round.
Now let's see if she could just do one thing different, and that's stick the landing. Here she goes. Oh, takes a step back. That was a better vault.
Actually, a better vault. She got much more post-flight.
But she'll still get that deduction for taking that step. I really like the way she opens up. She could easily do another twist. Full twist, opens up, just takes that step back.
Now here's where her compact size, I think, really helps her. She can lay out so pretty.
Right, center of gravity has a big difference in this vault. It's easier for her to do it that way.
Well, she got a 9.9 for the second vault.
Yes, it was executed better, and the only 1/10 of a point that she lost was simply because of that landing.
Step. And this is Lance Ringnold. Now, he tied for second at the McDonald's American Cup with Rolf Buchner of the German Democratic Republic. Soviet Union won first in the Men's American Cup.
And I'm sure Lance is probably saying, I'm going to win that meet.
Yes.
The second, 2 years in a row. And he just missed it this time by such a narrow margin, 5 100ths.
He finished first at the Olympic Festival. And now he's competing on the high bar.
High bar is always considered one of those big, risky, big trick events, and not a lot of gymnasts feel really, really confident on it. But Lance rarely makes mistakes and figures, what the heck, let's just use it right from the beginning. 2 reverse X in a row.
Looks good.
It is kip change, pirouette. And here's his stoop, required eagle grip giant. That's an inverted giant. Hop full pirouette. Setting up for his dismount. He does a double layout with a double twist. Wow! Little hop at the end. Usually he sticks that. That's a very difficult dismount. I talked about the half in, half out, how you can see the ground on the way down and see where you're going. There's no way you're going to look at the ground when you're doing 2 twists and 2 flips. In his release move, he does a Tkachev. It's a reverse heck. He could do that with his legs together, but he chose to do 2 in a row this time with his legs apart. Little close. I think he wants to do another skill like a Ganger after that. But his dismount is a double layout with a double twist. Just brings his feet in a little bit too much and takes a hop.
Lance Ringnold currently lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and received a 9.55 for that performance. Their total, 19.45. The combined total for Kim Zmeskal and Lance Ringnold. And let's go down to Kelly Garrison.
Hi, thank you. Kim, Lance, outstanding performance. After guys must feel great. I mean, with such confidence you're out there. Tell us how you felt today while performing.
Well, I feel really confident. You know, the American Cup, you know, gave me a lot more confidence. You know, I'm just going to have fun today with it.
Good. And Lance, how did you feel about your performance?
I actually feel a lot more comfortable because we train a lot for American Cup, and of course it's 6 events. Here we get a partner, we only get 3 events, we get to relax a little bit more.
Much more relaxing. Well, congratulations to you guys. Back to Leandra and Pete.
Thank you very much, Kelly Garrison, Zmeskal, and Ringnold. They've bumped the Soviets down, they've bumped Japan down. They're a sure shot to get into the second round.
McDonald's announces a giant leap for the omelet for a limited time.
Villanova, Pennsylvania, and it's the American teams that we're going to see again. Now it's Shannon Miller and Tom Schlesinger, and they are in hot pursuit of Kim Zmeskal and Lance Ringnold. Shannon Miller, just 12 years of age, just days away though from her 13th birthday. Very powerful performer on the junior circuit. She's teamed with Tom Schlesinger. Shannon Miller is from Rolla, Missouri, but calls Edmond, Oklahoma home now. Her club, Dynamo Gymnastics, her coach, Steve Nunno.
Now it's time for her to make it into the big time. Now the balance beam is not very high, but it looks kind of high next to Shannon because she's only 4'3". Nice press to a handstand. A stag handstand. Round off back handspring. She really tried to maintain control on that and really dug her feet in. front handspring.